see things for myself so that, when we come here and we have conversations, I don't look like a total moron. And I found something very interesting on one of those trips, all right? As we were approaching, I was in the bus, as we were approaching mile 3, no, we are past mile 3. We're approaching mile 1, all right? We had just passed mile 3. There were some police officers on the road, and they were apparently from the mobile court, division, all right? So they, how the mobile court scenario is. Now, please listen very carefully. This is happening in River State. It's happening in Port, and this is what I observed. All right. So no one gets to say, "Oh, I'm here." It's a yes or no. This is what I saw. Now, a good number of people, and I mean a good number of drivers. I mean, by the time we got there, almost every single commercial vehicle, so that would be the minibuses, the big buses, and even taxis on that road stopped and took a diversion into the Diobo axis, the MNK Street, the Echwe Street area. A lot of vehicles were doing that to avoid talking or meeting with the police. But when we got on the street, guess what we saw? There were, in quotes, boys inside. Usually I see this on the road, maybe when I'm going to Calabar or Benin, or maybe there's a bad spot. But right inside Diobu, some boys came out, put sticks along the road, and then were demanding money from the minibuses, from the, the buses and the taxis. And I think even some private vehicles who were passing by. And they were not taking 50 naira, for just being nice guys. They were like their counterparts who wear uniforms on the streets, were demanding 100 naira from these people. And so on one hand, you had the police doing something, which was right. And on the other hand, just away from there, we had the bad boys doing something. But guess what I heard? That it was the vigilante that came and dispersed them. So what exactly gives the nerve for these individuals to carry out these activities, and apparently can only be dissuaded by, in quote, vigilante services? The police is the official and is the only constituted authority in Nigeria. Yet in River State, more and more people are beginning to clamor and feel comfortable with vigilante service, even though in the past we've had scenarios where some members of the various vigilantes have crossed boundaries, have crossed borders, and acted in manners that did bring disrepute to themselves, the body, and indeed to the state. Vigilante boys going to harass somebody because somebody's girlfriend, who's their friend, was insulted or slapped or something. Some fool tardiness like that. However, this wouldn't have happened, once again, if the vigilantes did not apprehend Soki. But there's always this boundaries that seem to be, as it were, crossed. So how can this synergy that will make the police and policing a bit more effective in River State?
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As we welcome you to the first Monday of December, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't hear it or see it, please do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. Very importantly, do not make inciting statements. You can start off by following us on social media at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. That will be on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Our WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Please, that number is strictly for the reception of messages, so do not call that number. It will do us a whole lot of service if you just send in your messages in whatever form to that particular number. So 0809-030-6416. And then the big ones. Numbers to call, engage with us. 0817-923-0003, 08179230007. 08179230003. 08179230007. Once again, it's a good morning from here, and let's start to have decent conversations talking for development with you. Well, we have Zion speaking to us from GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for this discourse, especially at a season like this. To be honest, the crime rate in some parts of River State and Port Harcourt is a call for concern. Most especially this one chance thing. And the vigilantes are the best people to do the job. Because these are the indigenous people who know the nooks and crannies of that community, who knows the strange personality, who knows the behavioral pattern of the people. Isolating them from fighting crime in River State, here even in Port Harcourt, we are running into a deficit.
So how can we get the synergy that we require? Because obviously you know that the only constitutional authority to police is the Nigerian police. However, the vigilante can offer intelligence, but we now see people in real estate who say they trust the vigilante services to chase. Imagine reading stories where vigilantes are chasing, or the criminals are running away from vigilante services.
That is it. To tell you that we can't do away from them. I have opined. Let us go community by community, profile these guys to work with the Nigerian police and other sister agencies when it comes to security of lives and property. They are the boys in the community. They know themselves. They know how to catch themselves. You cannot run. Okay, look at even what you say. They are running away from the vigilante, but they will not run away from the police. What does that tell you? Incorporate them into the system. This thing, constabulary we are talking about, it ought to be vigilantes and not repentant Boko Haram people. No, constabularies are what? Vigilantes, strong, able-bodied boys from the community who will serve like a community policeman. They know them in the neighborhood. You are now what incorporated them. You now have a profile to pay them. Of course, they must be paid. You must equip them so that they can have the mind to face these bandits and so-called criminalities. You need to vest them. They need vest. They need everything. If you can adopt this system.
Once again, Zion, Zion, what you're talking about is not just aiding them. You're talking about, in covert terms, transforming these people to a form of police. They are not police.
Do you know how much we spend on security in this country, in this state? Do you know how much for security votes? Compare the amount we are spending on security votes to what you are going to give to these guys.
Okay.
These guys are even helping you. Can you compensate the trauma an individual will go through in the hands of kidnappers? Can you compensate the trauma a girl will go through in the hands of kidnappers? Criminalities, even most of these people, they used to steal their maybe one chance. After the scene, I don't think I've seen anyone. They are probably gasping for breath.
So, there's a big situation that we have on our hands this morning. We'll be back after the break, please.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
As the Christmas bells ring, enjoy
through, but that's on WhatsApp. But on Facebook, we have a huge following, over 196,000 followers, and you should be one of them to get the latest conversations in this region up on your smart devices. At Nigeria Info PH, is where you will find us. This morning, we are talking about the vigilante situation. My question is this: how can the synergy be established, or synergy rather, be established between the police and the vigilante groups? Now, over the, I would say, couple of years, we've had the police on several occasions, make comments that, okay, we're working hard with stakeholders, to improve security situations, yada, 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 blah, 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 and we want to make sure and remind the public that we are still the main unit, the main representative of the government, of the constitution, to deal with civil issues, all right, criminality and stuff. But we cannot do it alone. We need the help of the community. So the community should provide us information, and you as a good citizen, you should do your bit and not just report, but don't even be in the space where people will be critical of you. Yeah, that's the way it ought to work. However, we've seen in recent times, particularly here in River State, where the vigilantes have become more reputable than even the Nigerian police force. It's a very big thing to say. And I say this with all measure of frankness, and this is not to, as we step on the progresses made by previous commissioners of police in River State, and indeed the government of River State. However, you cannot for a second ignore the words on the street and sometimes the fears on the street, because in some areas we've seen where even the, in quotes, vigilante individuals have become a bit of that's the word, loose cannon. There we go, loose cannon. But it needs to be synergy. It needs to be good. How can it be good? As always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Do not make unsubstantiated or unverified claims. And please do not make inciting statements. 08179230002, 08179230003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeria Info PH, once again, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. X is Twitter, by the way. Right. Okay, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. So I've just gone to Twitter. All right, it's in the post there. All right, you can follow up and also join in the conversation. How can this synergy be achieved? How can we get to the point where people know, yes, the police will be there, can be there. We also have a local vigilante just in case the police can't get there in time, for certain scenarios. Yeah. However, it seems as though more people seem to have more faith in the vigilante services. Gabriel is speaking to us from Rumogba. Let's say hello to Gabriel. Gabriel, good morning, please. Hello, Gabriel. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Jude.
Hello, Gabriel. Good morning.
Yes, it's Gabriel. It's Mr. Gabriel Obodo.
Welcome. Go on.
I am happy for the interaction you just brought in about vigilance. You know one thing about vigilance?
Well, listen
the
to you.
Vigilance of the police has been dropped. They are no more vigilant. That was why even before the police was instituted in Nigeria, they had the vigilante group, presently known as Vigilante Group of Nigeria. One of the core mandates of the VGN is community policing.
Community what?
But I heard you say, yes, community policing.
Community policing.
I heard you saying that they are not recognized or they're not statutory body of the agency of Nigeria. Go check it out. The Vigilante Group of Nigeria is the mandated, fully responsible group for the taking care of community and also community policing. So all vigilant groups or vigilante groups are all under the VGS of Nigeria, the Vigilante Group of Nigeria. And this Vigilante Group of Nigeria is supposed to be the sole training organization to train these other community vigilantes to know about the ethics of security, policing, more especially community policing. Community policing is the bedrock of every security architecture. I am talking to you based on my profession as a security agent.
Okay.
And community policing is the grassroots of policing. And what is community policing? Let me introduce. Community policing is the recognition of the police in the community that knows a person that goes in the community or goes out the community, that knows every member of the community from their doorpost to their kitchen gate. Every class, every room, every backyard, and then sabi. So if the community policing should have a good say in police architecture, then the vigilante groups should not should go on and on and
So Gabriel, let me get. So you are saying for synergy to be better improved, particularly in River State between police and vigilante, you are saying finances is the major problem.
Yes, they should finance them as not these boys are going with local arms and they are shooting those people making 47.
Okay, fine.
When the boys hear about the vigilante, they pick up and run away.
Gabriel, this line, I'm sorry to interject, but this line has been the cause for debate, particularly during the former administration of Yesu Wike, and even on the national level. People were concerned that, arming beyond, what some would call basic munitions could be detrimental, to overall sanctity and civility.
They are light arms and ammunition. They are light arms and ammunition that can be licensed to these people, not as shotgun. A pistol, not more than 6 to 9 rounds for the superior officers, and shotgun, popularly known as pump action. And even the sheriffs in America, they are part of community policing. The sheriffs, they do carry pump action guns. They do carry pistols and Beretta.
Yeah, but don't wait, hold on, Gabriel. Don't forget, we're talking about a country that has the I think it's the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. They have a gun culture in that country. We don't have that kind of culture. America for over 300 years have had guns all over the place.
That's why the vigilante group has to be equipped to train these people to know about license bearing, know about the arms procedure, about the arms, the rules and regulations of bearing arms. I'm based as a security personnel. This is my 8 years as a security personnel. I know what exactly I'm saying. These people can help the Nigerian police. Thank you very much.
Gabriel, it's a pleasure to have had you join us this morning. He says, yes, these individuals can actually help the police. No one is saying that they cannot, please. But the question is, the synergy. How can it be improved on? Because at several points you've had disjointed, reports and disjointed operations, and sometimes you probably have scenarios where it seems to be that one is overlapping the other. A few weeks ago, if memory serves me well, there were reports of individuals who were rescued from kidnappers then, and the people who rescued them, wait a minute, was this E4I? No. Was it Rapid? No. Oh no, it was Vigilante Services. Yes, that's true. Yes, it was them. But this is not to say that the police haven't rescued people. The police have not chased down criminals. The police are not chasing down criminals. But they can be everywhere at the same time. But as we've seen in Port Harcourt, in particular, you don't want a scenario where the vigilante services that act like police on the streets. Take, for example, the one I saw a few years ago who was at the junction and was basically telling people that if they don't park here, he will collect their cars. Why does a vigilante service personnel have to do that? Ibiso is in Odili Road. Ibiso, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Yes, this topic is very, very important. And to me, the vigilante are doing their own work. But giving them harm, brother, is another thing that we have to think about it very well. And the orientation, because, the police that are licensed to carry gun. Jude, look at the way they are behaving. If me, Jude, I have a problem with you, and I have a brother is a police officer, I can easily call him that, brother, look at this. They will just come to you and first beat you, mesmerize you. Because I have a brother that is a police, is a force man.
Abusing the
lady
authority.
have a problem with somebody. She will go and call her boyfriend that is a military man to come and beat that person. This one is so that the constitution recognize. Talk less of vigilante, that your mother will have problem with somebody take advantage. So orientation first, not to give them the harm. Like this, look at civil defense, for example. Do you know that today civil defense can argue with a army man to the extent that they can fight each other? Before, it's not like that. So give people harm, my brother. Then you think about it very well, though. It's not something like just give them harm and they will do the right thing. Some of them will take advantage over you and spoil the system. Even this local vigilante itself, things are happening that you don't know. Let me tell you one thing. Some of them are even belong to different courts.
Interesting allegation.
Even the police, if you go to USC, front gate and back gate, they have different courts that operate there. If they arrest you and you are not in that business, they will keep it there. So there should be protection, proper protection, not to give them harm. If not, they will cause more than the police in society. They are doing their work excellently, quite okay. But that issue of giving them gun, when they use the clear, they can't clear you. Thank you.
Ibiso, welcome. A pleasure to have had you join us this morning. All right. Okay, this one here says, good morning, Jude. Thank you for the topic. Please note that we are yet to understand if we still have Nigerian police, businessmen, or civil servants, because it seems now, or otherwise, because we have uniformed men who are doing business at this point and not policing. Look at all the bus stops and corners in Port Harcourt. The police are there with uniform, as uniformed men, and are aiding and abetting these crimes. Hence, I say we have uniformed men and business or civil servants now and not police authority any longer. But to have that much needed synergy, all agencies must be integrated for effective policing. That's the senator in Port Harcourt. All right, thank you very much. All right, this one here says, good morning. We still don't quite understand how these things occur, where people now have more faith. Maybe it's because these vigilantes are actually doing the work of the police. But my problem has and will always be who is governing them. We have a problem with excesses. People like to abuse authority in this country. Every little gate man is his own lord in his kingdom. His own lord in his kingdom. Well, Muriel is on the line, and I think I'll answer Muriel before I get to read these comments. Keep them coming through. 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Muriel, good morning, please.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Jude, I think the vigilante and the police can work very fine. In fact, they work fine together. Firstly, I think the vigilante should be an outlet, a little outlet of the police, and they should actually be trained by the police. Then, in all their outings, there should be one or two police officers going with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that at least can go a long way in covering their excesses, and at least when they do that, at least the police will actually monitor them.
That's an interesting view there.
One or two.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting view you have, Muriel.
Yeah, and I think if we think maybe they don't have good enough weapons to go out with it, but when the police is with them, the police and the 40 police that are with them in their vans can actually be the ones with the weapons, while the vigilantes carry their own light weapons. But the police with them can carry the AK-47, at least just to put care in the minds of those intending, those that want to cause one or two mayhem in society. But I think the police should train them and go to them in all the outlets.
All right. I do hope maybe those who are in charge of the various vigilante groups, and indeed the hierarchy in the Nigerian police force, particularly here in Rivers State, maybe it's something that should be taken into consideration. Have co-patrol sessions, where the vigilantes are there, but there's also a representative of the police force also there. Hey, wow. I'm pretty. I think I'm fortunate, if I'm honest, because I get to listen to some great ideas every time we come on this platform. Pretty interesting stuff there. Thank you very much. Numbers to call once again: 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you will find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Now, John Okoli says it is painful that the system is yet to get it right. Security apparatus in the state is hanging on the balance at the moment. I still believe that community policing will be the solution to our present situation, and they should be given autonomy. John, what you ask is pretty big. You do understand the ramifications of autonomous operations, right? In a sense, one could even say maybe they're actually acting autonomously. But I think I understand what you are trying to push. But I don't know. Is that really, John? If you're listening to us, is that really the best way forward? Anyway, the conversation is still up. Conversation is still ripe. 017-923-0003, 0817923-0007. Benjamin is on the line. Let's get to say hello to Benjamin. Benjamin is speaking to us from Port Harcourt Town. Good morning, Benjamin.
Yes, my contribution is this in respect of the topic that is on.
Yes, please.
Have you ever seen the Nigerian police with the River State task force going out?
Yes, I have.
And now you see this out influencing the police people that is with them. They don't do anything. So at this point, I think the vigilantes should give them proper orientation and not go. Because even if you say they should go out with the police, or the police should, police them, you see them, they will still be influencing the police. Because that attitude is there in the police people. So they should just, I think they should orientate them. They should give them better orientation and let them work like that.
But Benjamin, aren't you also concerned? Not necessarily worried, but isn't it also possible that rather than hello, Benjamin, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Isn't it also possible that rather than the vigilante, influencing the police like you stated, isn't it possible for there to be positive influence? We've seen some great stories from vigilantes. Who knows? Maybe if they work with the police may stop, harassing people or collecting 100 naira. What if that's the case that happens?
Our police system is already corrupt. Is already corrupt. So the vigilante people, they should just orientate them for now.
Okay. All right. Benjamin is not optimistic of a patrol scheme. He says no. Let's not influence them with that. We already see the effect of the task force on illegal parking and street trading here in Port Harcourt. They have a policeman. Usually there is a policeman attached to each vehicle, or each patrol team. But the years, it's been about 2-3 years now, it's not been particularly rosy for many Rivers people. They say, oh, okay, look, this person has been influenced. Yes, he's doing bad things. Oh, as far as he has joined bad gang. Okay, all right, moving on. Facebook and X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. All right. Well, synergy comes when there's mutual respect and understanding for what each person brings to the table. But a lot of the times, Jude, we are bereft of that kind of mindset. It's kind of a tough war. You had a conversation about security personnel and how they fight amongst themselves some weeks ago. Yes, we did. And one of the reasons that a lot of people, are more important in their own eyes than the other people. Okay, all right. Okay, you sent a message. You sent me. Oh, okay. Somebody's going to send me a message on X. Okay, I can't see any message here. Good sir. You sure you have the right handle? No message here. I'm not seeing any message. If you can, just send a message here on WhatsApp, please. All right, I think it's a serious issue. So yeah, just send it here because I can't see anything on X right now, and I'm right there. All right, I'm going through my feeds. Yeah. Okay, not seeing anything. Okay. Oh, okay. You tweeted at me. I see. Okay. All right. I think. All right. I will respond to this. All right. Thank you very much. I'll respond to this. Let's get back to the conversations. All right. I have just about 2 minutes or less than. 017923 0002 017923 0003. WhatsApp 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. Dude, as with everything in the country, is all about excesses. I don't quite support giving any more power to the vigilante services. They should operate in the local areas, which is good. Local policing is what is needed. But within Port Harcourt, it's becoming increasingly difficult. You have people who have different reasons why they control areas. Jude, are you aware in some of these places, people are forced to pay for vigilante services? If not, they have their houses and even their power disconnected. Yeah, we don't want to hear that, actually. I remember we had that complaint. Was that last year? Yeah, we know those are the kind of things that people don't want to hear, and it really shouldn't be encouraged. There are rules of engagement, and they should be followed. Anyway, thank you as always for joining us on the conversation. So we'll take a breather now. When we'll come back, remember today's show is all about intentions. And when I come back on Jude's Corner, I'll be exposing my ignorance when it comes to minding my own business. Stay tuned. 90.3 Nigeria Info.
Watch and listen live to 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.